And now, your Storm Team 18 forecast. Weather from where you live.
Well, the good news is after being so incredibly active, boy, have the tropics just shut off in the Atlantic. I mean, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 little tropical disturbances. It's so sheared and there's so much Saharan dust coming off West Africa that this has put the kibosh on any sort of tropical depression, tropical storm or hurricane. That is about as inactive as you can get for July. I mean, there is nothing. There's hardly any clouds out here. So this is a drastic change from what we had just recently. But this is a drastic change too. The Pacific is waking up with multiple tropical systems possible in the coming days. And I think all this is tied to what's happening down off the coast of South America and down the equatorial Pacific. We were headed right into a La Nina. That's why it was dry and hot here and we had all the tropical systems. Well, we have swung back towards El Nino now, so it's gotten a little wetter here. We've kind of capped the heat off a little bit, shoved it to the west, and we don't have as much Atlantic tropical activity. But it should go back the other way again with time. Go back to La Nina and the tropics will ramp back up and we're going to get hotter and drier. A little piece of this heat in the west moves eastward, so it's an oppressive weekend into early next week. This little curl is an upper trough. And what this will do is swing southeastward, and with it, it's going to trigger multiple rounds of severe storms, mainly north of our area this weekend and to start next week. We call it the ring of fire pattern. Storms on the periphery of that hot upper ridge, but as it moves towards New England, it'll eventually contract the ridge. The trough comes in. We get a round of storms on Tuesday, and then the cooler air comes in as this all digs southeastward. But as this digs southeastward, you know what's going to happen? All the big fires burning off to the northwest of us, that smoke will be on the way. And the little bit of wildfire smoke we've got in our skies right now this evening is a precursor to some pretty thick smoke coming in later next week with the cooler air. So we look at tomorrow, maybe an isolated thunder shower, otherwise partly cloudy, hazy, very warm to hot and humid after the morning fog, with highs 86 to 91, and those heat indices low 90s to as high as 103, the highest heat indices in our western and southwest counties. Warm on Sunday morning at 72, a high of 92. We got to watch what's happening to our north. There will be a complex of storms. Whether it just clips us or stays north of us or has a bigger impact is a little blurry right now, but we've got to watch that closely on Sunday morning. Otherwise, after that, regardless, it's a 90 to 95 degree day with heat indices 100 to 112. So tomorrow's okay. We're okay tonight. We got to watch Sunday morning. This particular model has the tail end of severe storms up to our north, kind of just skimming by Fulton and northern Miami counties. I've seen these do a right turn before, and it all has to do with what's happening with the upper ridge. So we'll watch this closely. This could just barely clip us, or it could sideswipe us. So that's something to watch, and it's something to watch on Monday, but it's a definite on Tuesday that this complex of storms does impact us, and beyond that, you can see the cooler air coming in before we then begin to heat right back up. You see the big ridge moving back in down the road. So let's put it all together now. 92, 94, Sunday, Monday, 94 Tuesday. Heat indices well above 100, and then it cools off, but it gets smoky next week. Wildfire smoke comes in, and we're back to the 90s again.